Hello everyone and welcome back in a new episode of our Minecraft series. Here we are in front of our signboard. I have been tirelessly working off camera. Unfortunately, I didn't get any votes through my platforms, so any preferences, better said, because I didn't post any poll or anything. I just wanted to see if someone would send me in something, but nobody did. So whatever, I want to show you what I've been working on off camera. Here we have it. I've better connected, let's put it like that, the spider portal to our central hub. Now we have this, I forgot a piece of blackstone over there. Now we have this nice alleyway with lava walls. Very dangerous, and that's the reason I put these chains, although we have to pay attention near the columns because risky. Well, but this is really the least part, because, well, for getting this lava I had to go down to the sea level, and so I figured I would build an elevator. The first of the two that I've built. You can see that the descent is very easy, it's just a slime block. This is because we do not have water here in the Nether. And over there you can see in the distance we have the lava lake. For the ascent instead, I've opted for a much more, let's say, classical approach. This is just a series of stacked minecart that allow us to, just by keeping right-clicking, to traverse vertically much faster than any ladder or whatever. You could also do this with boats, but minecarts are the best because they are one block wide. Instead, with boats, you would need to use pistons to put everything in place. It's a little bit more of a hassle. Behind here, we have what we are going to use for today's episode. So we have this iceway, which is, if we traverse it entirely, it's quite long, I must say, about 150 blocks. It is mostly spawn proof. We are just lacking this last part here. Ooh, we have a guest. Hello there. Ouch. Well, you should already have guessed where we are right now. Here we have the other elevator I've built. We are in the Nether fortress that we had conquered. And we arrive here in front of our blaze spawner because we are going to build the blaze farm in today's episode. Spoiler! Whoa! One last thing before starting with the actual, let's say, episode, with the actual today's stuff, which we have to head back home for that. Here we are. You can see that I have started working here on the famous palisade for protecting this little village. I went ahead and added in the pathway to, well, between our bridge, which is right over here, and the village. And I have started also constructing, and that was the reason why I had all that wood on me. I've started to construct the border wall for this little settlement, so that we can try and revive it a little bit, because right now it's quite dead. So back here in front of our signboard, well, as I already mentioned, today I want to build the blaze farm, mainly because for the new copper bulbs, as I've announced, specified in the previous episode, we do need blaze rods for crafting copper bulbs, and so blaze farm it is. Apart from obviously the need for ender chests and for brewing and for that's it. Yes, I believe that's it. So without further ado, I'll have to go ahead and begin gathering the various materials we will be needing for today's farm, and then we can move over to the now quickly connected Nether fortress for actually building the farm. I'll be right back to you. Okay, so for building our actual blaze farm, you can see me right here. I had to start by by allowing the blazes to spawn and locking them in place, because some of you may not be aware, but monster spawner will stop working if there are 6 mobs in their area of influence. So I just had to prepare 6 spaces and wait for the blazes to spawn. That way we are now able to begin working with the room, carving out the room without having to fear any blaze from spawning. So the next step is to actually dig out the spawning chamber. In the past, you used to do a much more complicated mechanism, because you would have to put up a complex system of pistons for pushing for funneling the blazes to the, let's say, killing chamber, which is going to be 1 block wide. Right now, instead, since I believe 1.16, now flowing lava is able to move mobs around, nether mobs, and so we can just mimic the very same style we use for normal spawner farms, but with lava instead. Well, now that we've covered that out, I made a very stupid mistake, because I went back home. Well, I started going back home for getting something, some blocks, and I forgot I had left there the 6 blazes for, let's say, blocking the spawner. So I rushed back, but some already despawned, and therefore I had to fight the blazes and then place the lava. And that's it. The farm is done. Welcome back. As you may be hearing, I had to lower the noise, but we have now our working farm for blazes. We have to just wait for them to fall into the hole over here. Come on. You can see that it's quite productive and it's very comfortable. As I have already told, it's no different from the farm we have already built, so like the normal spawner farms. And what comes next? Well, I already went ahead and spawn-proofed this little part, so we don't even need the light down here. And I have, now we'll have to head back. Wakey, wakey, rise and shine. Good morning to everyone, and welcome back. We have some big changes. This, what's happened while you were away? Oh, well, while I was busy working off camera, you may start to notice, albeit even barely, we have a much larger render distance. This is crystal clear. And I'm running the game now on 60 FPS, hooray! This is because I've moved out the save game, so the actual game, to a separate machine, namely a realm. Yes, I got myself a Minecraft realm, since I tend to record quite a lot and play quite a lot of Minecraft alone and also with my friends. I'd chosen to just upload everything to my personal realm, get myself one, and this allows me to have more room for actually playing the game rather than hosting it. And so now we are able to see our entire kingdom in one view, instead of having to render it piece by piece. I'm just still in the trial period obviously I've started my trial, and for the time being it seems to run very smoothly. I would like to work a little bit on here on the logging camp, adding the very famous beekeepers to the village collection, let's put it like that. So we'll have to raise a house, put the bees over there, and give it an inhabitant, a villager, to live into. So let's, without further ado, let's head on with the building process. Okay, so a little bit of a progress update. I've drafted down the rough shape of the new house. I'm going to go with the usual palette, and I'm thinking of making just one floor instead of two like I did before. So we'll have just one single floor with all the, let's say, sleeping and working part for the incoming villager. And I'm planning here on making two doorways. So this is going to be like the entrance to the garden, in which the bees are going to be hosted. And here instead we'll have the main entrance. We'll build a nice pathway that comes in, and everything that needs to be built. Welcome back for this second progress update. You can see I went quite a bit ahead from before. I've raised walls, and I've also put in the floors, started some interior decorations, some minor detailings, and begun working on the roof. Additionally, I've got rid of this section of the palisade, since we have now the house acting as a sort of shield, let's say, as our new wall. This way you can also see outside from this side, from this little window. And it's just something nice to have. And of course, it's raining. Now, what comes next is just to put up the roof and finish the interior decorations. And then we just need to bring here the bees, the new villager, and that's done. So see you once the building at least is complete. Okay, so we are mostly done. Ooh, look at that. I just wanted to get a couple of bees to bring out to the beekeepers, and then I think I'm going to move the villager off camera, because as you may already know, moving villagers is always a bit of a hassle. And we are aiming for a landing, and there you have it, our little... Oops, wrong. Okay, there we have it, the little house. It's missing a couple of blocks, but it's mostly complete. I've brought with myself a couple of additional details to add, like I want to add some pots for decorations and some flowers. I've also captured, as you have seen, harvested 2 apiaries, because I wanted to add them here outside. We can put down a couple of flowers here and there, then I'll have to work a little bit better on them. And here we have the 2 beehives. I keep calling them apiaries, although they aren't actually. But this way we are able to just have some bees roaming around happily. And it's an actual beekeepers. We just need a villager to come and live inside this little place like this, and we can put down a flower here and there too, so the bees are happy. Hello. So now that we have completed this too, we can go ahead and meet at the signboard here in the logging camp, and then back up to the castle top for the conclusion. Okay, so here we are in front of our first signboard, from which we can now clear the beekeepers Ooh, look at those. I really hope that the bees won't get lost, but I doubt that that is not going to happen. Therefore, I'll have to periodically restock the bees by breeding some in our little bee greenhouse. And now, for a landing in here, we can delete the place farm. This is very good because, well, I'll go to sleep while I talk. Because we also managed to hook up the actual Nether fortress to our portal network, and this allows us for the future to build over there with a skeleton farm, which is a thing that I want definitely do because I'd like to get my hands on more beacons and their relative buffs. This is going to be a very long-term project too, because we have to spawn-proof the entire area of the Nether around that specific, around where the farm is, like a radius of 128 blocks, which is a lot. And therefore, I may be building it in the coming episodes, but then the spawn-proofing thing is going to require a much longer process. I'm going to do it off camera, obviously, because placing slabs all over the Nether is not entertaining at all. So, we've reached the end of today's episode. In the next one, it's highly likely I'm going to build the bamboo farm and the enchanter's floor. So add a new floor to the enchanter's tower. This is because by building today the new house, the new little house, you can see, not over there, but that one. Now we can see them from here. I've realized that I'm going to need a lot of bamboo if I want to keep building the village like this. And that's a hassle to come by using. So that's quite annoying to grab, to harvest without a farm to do that. Also, using the new autocrafter block, we can directly compress the bamboo into a ready to use bamboo blocks. So that's very good of Mojang. So I thank you for having followed me until this moment. Leave a like if you enjoyed today's episode and subscribe if you wish to see more like them. And I will be waiting for you as per my usual in the next episode. Bye bye!